welcome back to my channel. So today on Social Divas we are going to be talking about the Jamison family. So the deaths of the Jamison family until today is still remain unknown. They don't really know how they died or what actually happened that leads them to the cause of their death. So their death occurred on or around the 8th of October 2009 when the family of, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Eufaula in Oklahoma. So Bobby, his wife Sherilynn, and Madyson, the three of them just mysteriously vanished. The family was reportedly considered considering the purchase of a 40-acre plot of land near Red Oak, about 30 miles from Eufaula, at the time of their vanish, of them being disappearing. Their suspected remains were found in November 2013, and it only was positively identified the year after, on July 3rd, 2014. Why they took so long to identify um, their bodies, no one actually really knows, and no cause of death was actually determined, and the circumstances around their disappearance till today, like I said before, remains unknown. So let's go back to the day that they disappeared. The initial investigation into the Jamison's family's disappearance indicated that they had probably not vanished on their own accord, but because that the family's pickup truck was found abandoned in Latimer County, Oklahoma, a short distance south of Kinta. A few days after their disappearance, the Jamison's bodies at the time was not found, but their malnourished dog, Macy, was still in the truck, and also they discovered were their family's IDs, wallets, mobile phone, a GPS system, and about $32,000 US dollars in cash. The Jamison was not known for carrying large amount of sum with them, and their footage of the family's home, their surveillance system in their home, the timestamp that day that they left their house showed the couple making several silent trips between their car and home as they methodically packed to leave. In the footage, the couple's movements were described as trance-like. The video also shows Sherilynn place a brown briefcase in the vehicle. The former sheriff Beauchamp remarked that he believed that the briefcase could be an important clue, but this is something you need to know. Sherilynn also had a handgun with her, but both that brown briefcase that they see her putting the home surveillance of her putting that brown briefcase into the truck and her handgun that she brought along was never recovered. And then came one day in November 2013, the skeletal remains of two adults and one child were discovered by two hunters in a remote spot of Latimer County more than 4 years after the family went missing. And less than 3 miles away from where the family's pickup truck has been abandoned, the remains were widely presumed to be those of the missing family, though the Oklahoma medical examiner had to use anthropological and forensic pathological testing to identify them, so probably that's why it took quite a while. Now, officials confirmed on July 3, 2014, that the remains belonged to the Jamisons. A cause of death was not determined due to the heavily decomposed state of their bodies. So there is a lot of theories around this. So we're gonna tell you a couple of the theories that I've read and some of my own. So before the remains were discovered, several theories emerged about the family's disappearance, such as they had faked their own deaths, were in witness protection, but these days, in the 2000s, especially 2009, it is a little hard to fake your own death. Witness protection, I would understand. Were murdered, the murdered is not really a theory because, or it can be a theory too, or had died by group suicide. The only thing about dying in a group suicide is that if you're going to die, wouldn't you kill your dog as well? That is just a thought in my mind. Because you would kill your dog, then you kill your whole family. You wouldn't just leave your dog in the car malnourished, would you? And shortly before the disappearance, Bobby was involved in a bitter lawsuit with his father, Bob Dean, claiming that he had threatened the family and had struck him with his vehicle on November 2008. Bobby also alleged and his father was involved in meth and criminal activity. Police do not believe that Bob Jamison was involved in the family's disappearance. Another popular theory was that the Jamisons themselves was involved in drug dealing. Investigators cited the large amount of cash found in their truck and the apparent strange behavior exhibited by Bobby and Sherilynn shortly before they went missing. The Jamison had reportedly told their local pastor on separate occasions that they had seen spirits inside their home and that Bobby had allegedly claimed to have been reading from the Satanic Bible. So, it is hard for this case because there is not a lot of information. The one that has been running through my mind is with all this case is that what makes the parents, maybe someone they did, this is just a theory, maybe they when either one has been involved in something and they may not have been involved in something but their mind was running wild because they may have a psychotic break and fears that their family is in danger, so maybe the husband or the wife packed everything, or maybe both of them together packed everything in their car and drove, and somewhere between the two counties they have gotten into a fight. Someone, either the husband or the wife, pulled out a gun, and one of them got shot, got injured, and then the other decided to kill the kid and themselves. And if another car drive by and who is a bad guy, like a drug dealer or something, steals the gun, and but they didn't see the cash in the car, but maybe they thought that the brown briefcase has tons of money, and takes the gun and flees.